All right, guys, welcome back. So I've been cranking out these episodes on a Saturday morning, and I think this is going to be the final pack. The rest of the family is getting a little bit squirrely. I don't blame them. I've been in here a while. So last pack that we're going to do for now, 89 tops. Let's rip into it. First card up is Topps All-Star Rookie Series for Paul Gibson. He was a starter, and that's all I know about him. Tom Kelly, manager for the Twins for quite some time. He guided the Twins to both the 87 and 91 World Series titles. Nick Asaski. So in 89, Nick was still playing baseball, but he eventually ended up with the Braves not long after this and then had to retire because he developed terrible vertigo. That'd be rough. Kirk Gibson, repeat from way back in the beginning of this series. 88 MVP and World Series champ. And, of course, he hit that historic home run in 88 as well. Kirk's got Parkinson's now. I was unaware of that. So, good luck to you, Kirk. That's a tough battle. Another repeat. Dr. K. But just look at him, man. Looks young. So much potential. He still has, I think, some substance abuse issues, but he was absolutely electric. I was reading up on him after we drew his card at the very beginning of the series and started looking at his stats. Now, I know that injuries derailed him, injuries and rehabs, but the injuries really started mounting on him, especially around this time. But you got to look at his usage as a teenager and a young 20-something. And I was looking at that on Baseball Reference. Now, by his age 21 season, Doc had over 1,000 innings on his arm. Now, Baseball Reference says that complete pitch data for games isn't available prior to 1988. But I was curious what the average pitch count of games was. So I found that for 88. It said it was 136. I divided that by 9 to get the average pitch count per inning, which is around 15-ish. It's like 15.6, I think I did. Anyway, multiply that 15 pitches per inning times the 1,000 plus innings that Doc has on his arm as a 21-year-old. And you realize that he has thrown 15,000 plus pitches as a professional baseball player when he's 21. That is unheard of nowadays. It's incredible. No wonder his arm fell off, basically. Odubay McDowell. Odubay was cool because he wore the number 0 and he won the Golden Spikes Award as an amateur. Odubay. Doug Sisk. Isn't he the guy? Yeah, he's the guy. I'm looking on the back of his card here. He played for the Mets. Mets fans hate this guy, don't they? If you're a Mets fan and you're watching this, confirm that for me. But I want to say Doug Sisk was the reliever that Davey Johnson had to stop using at Shea Stadium for security reasons. The Mets hated him so much. Doug was getting his car bashed up in the parking lot. He had guns pulled on him, all that kind of thing. And you know, he's pitching for the Mets in the 80s, so you know he's probably snorting big old fat rails of coke. But wow, yeah, he was really hated. Jerry Reed, pitcher. That's all I got. Trevor Wilson. Trevor's a member of the Immaculate Inning Club, I know, and I did not realize how commonplace that had become. I had brought it up in a couple of different episodes for some players from back then, and I still had in my head that that was a pretty rare thing, but I guess it is in the grand scheme of things, but it's a lot more common now than it used to be. In fact, I started looking it up, and nearly 100 immaculate innings have been thrown, but over 80 of those have come post 1990. So old Trevor here is an immaculate inning OG, if you will. Just for fun, if you're wondering, Sandy Koufax has the record for most immaculate innings at 3. And there's several pitchers, including Randy Johnson, who have 2. Koufax. Is Koufax the GOAT? Comment. Let me know. Carlton Fisk. Carlton Fisk, man. Holy cow. Did you realize how long Carlton Fisk played? His first major league game was in 1969. He won Rookie of the Year in 72, but here he is in 1989. And at this point, he's got over 2,000 games at catcher under his belt. And he continued to be a full-time catcher until 1991. His final season as a catcher in 91, he hit 18 home runs, 74 RBI, and he threw out 41% of runners trying to steal. At that point in 91, he's approaching 2,500 games as a catcher, and he's putting up primetime Posey and Real Muto numbers. He'd be just about the best catcher in the big leagues nowadays with those 91 numbers. Seriously. 18 homers, 74 RBI, throwing out 41% of batters, and calling games like crazy. Anyway, Carlton's in the Hall of Fame. You guys know that. Brian Holton, reliever. Thanks for the card, Brian. Ray Quinones. It says he's a shortstop, so I'll have to take their word for it. St. Louis Cardinals leader card. I'll have to take a look at that guy because I don't see Ozzie or Pena or McGee or Coleman. I see BR. Who was BR? Is that Bernansky? Was Bernansky playing for them? Yeah, he was. Okay. To be fair, Tom Bernansky led the Cardinals in home runs and RBI in 1988. So, fair enough. I'll give you that one, but I think you should have put Ozzie or somebody like that on there. John Morris. John Morris. Scrub. And final card, Richard Dotson. Oft injured starter, but in 1983, when he was with the Chicago White Sox, he did win 22 games. So, nice going, Richie. Here's our stick of gum. Getting pretty good. That's 2 episodes in a row I've gotten it to stand up. Maybe I should go buy a lotto ticket. All right.